one game of was it like 4 games?
Yeah, technically speaking,
I
4 games.
I don't. It's so confusing. But it was
4
four
games of
games,
1
but they
game.
were actually four. But but Kawhi somehow had the record of the most in a quarter, even though it was one game. So I don't know how many games, but four. Uh, there were games of hoops on a Sunday night. The world, the U.S., the Stars and Stripes. We'll get into it all. My name is Shlomo Stark.
My name is Levi Jacob.
And this is Shlomo with a microphone, the daily basketball recap in 15 minutes or less. Look at Levi touching his ear. What's going on?
Not too much. What's going on with you?
Good. Apparently, the All Star game is back.
That's what everyone's saying, at the very
I didn't
least.
watch it. Honestly, found it very hard to follow the highlights. I have no idea what happened. First, it's confusing because it was like Edwards won MVP, but De'Aaron Fox had the game winner when he was playing well. Oh, and Kawhi had 31 points and like broke the record for most in a quarter, even though it was a game. And I'm a little all over the place, but the main takeaway that I saw, and you watched this live or you watched it.
Yeah, I watched
The
it.
main takeaway was that Wemby set the tone early. He took it very seriously, and everyone except Jokic followed.
And Doncic also, yeah.
Oh, and Doncic, yeah, yeah.
Um, there was a really great note that I was listening to the podcast. I was listening to, I think it was No Dunks this morning, and they were talking about how, like, Jokic and Doncic after the first game went and sat down, and they're like, "Are you gonna follow, like, Wemby's lead of intensity?" And Doncic, like, Jokic didn't even give an interview. He was just, like, there. And Doncic was like, "Uh, no, I'm gonna go get treatment. Like, I'm going to back to get treatment now. Like, I'm not playing anymore." And, like, they just didn't care to play any longer. They were, out, and that was it. That was all we saw of them. So maybe in the format of world versus US, for future reference, we know to maybe, I don't know, separate out those guys and only take more serious people.
I hear that. Can you explain the format in a minute or less, or no? Because I still don't understand it.
Yeah, two separate American teams and one world team. Okay, there was the Stars and the Stripes were the American team, which patriotic, cool stuff. Each team played each other once. The teams with wins in those first 3 games ended up playing.
Wait, so this everyone played each other at least once?
Yes.
So the Stars played the Stripes played the World, and the Stars played the World. So if your record was, but what if everyone was 1-1?
So I thought that also. The difference is I think it's point differential. How much more points you can, like, how many points you can put up, not differential, but how many points you can put up
It was a
in one game
target
versus the others.
score, or it was timed?
No, timed. But meaning, like, let's say that you got like 31. If the other team, if everybody had one win, but one team had 31, one team had 32, and the other one had 24, ones with 30 would have played each other.
Did you like the format?
It was a bit confusing to follow, to be honest with you, but I liked it because the reality is also you got to see more players play, which I feel like is part of the downside of the All-Star game overall. Is you have all these guys sitting on the bench and, like, they're not necessarily going to get minutes. You got to see almost everybody play, which was fun. Um, there's a lot of credit given to Wemby for his intensity. I think in part, to be honest with you, it was more how many people were trying to destroy Wemby rather than how intensely Wemby was taking.
Well,
Like, Wemby was
that's
taking it
meaning
seriously,
people were trying to destroy him because he was taking it seriously. No, that's
but it's also because it's Wemby. Like the same way that,
no.
like, when a
I think if
dunker's.
Wemby took it as a joke like Jokic, no one would try hard to beat him.
But I think there's also, like, the he was making a lot of comments before the game about people asking about being the face of the league and how he thinks that he's ready to step
That's
into the
part of
spotlight.
it. That's setting the
Yeah,
tone. That's part of it. Jokic doesn't talk like that.
right.
The way it is LeBron. I heard this from Bill Simmons. He said it well. The LeBron, Steph Curry, Durant era said we don't really care about the All Star game. Then the Jokic, Doncic era said we really, really, really don't care about the All Star game. And now hopefully this new era of like Wemby, soon it'll be Khan and Flag, and that guys are gonna hopefully bring it back.
I think they will because the reality is that again, you don't want to talk about the Rising Stars game on Friday night was like there was intensity there. Like they were playing really, really hard. It was a lot of fun to watch, honestly. And these games were much more serious. I think also, by the way, what really helped was they could kind of weed out the guys who weren't taking it as seriously. And it lent itself to being like Scotty Barnes in the first game that was played hit the three over the world team to win the game for them. And like Wemby was pissed because glaring issue that's been happening throughout the season, Carl Anthony Towns didn't rotate correctly. And so Scotty Barnes, who's shooting like 35%, I think, on the season from three, was just like open and he hit a three to win.
Yeah,
So
but I
it's,
like that they took it seriously.
yeah, I think, listen, obviously it helps. It helps. And I'm a little bit worried for next year because this is what happened with the Kobe one. Everyone was like, oh, the Elam ending, this is going to be the fix. This is going to be the fix. Th Do you remember they mentioned that this was a suggestion that someone gave, one of the players gave was to play this way. Do you remember who it was?
Which way?
Like this with this method of having the 3 teams and having it separated and
I think Giannis, but I'm not sure.
okay.
It was
I
I think it was inspired by last year's hockey All-Star game.
uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's a lot of they're like kinda sister sports in their structure. Um,
Sure. Or
I
brothers.
think they yeah, whatever. Um, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Like it's interesting because somebody was also, talking about the fact that it didn't feel like all-star used to mean something in a sense, and now it's kind of like this guy's playing well. But to be honest with you, like they kind of separated out this between the stars and the stripes. Stars was like the younger guys, and stripes was like the old guard. So
But
Kawhi
not
was on the team,
really.
for example. No,
There
they
were some
did.
exceptions.
Devin Booker was on the team, but he's 27.
No, but there were exceptions.
There was some exception. It
That's what
wasn't.
I
It
just
wasn't.
said. There were some exceptions.
Yeah, but I'm saying it
Why
wasn't. It
can't you
wasn't
like
like.
this is literally our conversation. There were some exceptions. No, but Devin Booker. There were some exceptions. Okay, some exceptions.
Hold on. I'll give you the exact rosters. But basically, um, there was a point at which they were asking in the locker room beforehand, like, "Oh, so this is the young guys team?" And they asked him, like, "Who's the youngest?" And Chet was like, "Is it me?" And they were like, "No, it's Duren." Do you know that Jalen Duren is 22 years old?
Wow,
He looks like he's 25.
it's pretty cool.
Okay. Stars was Scotty Barnes, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Anthony Edwards, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Johnson, and Tyrese Maxey. Those are all pretty young guys. Stripes was Jalen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry, who ended up being De'Aaron Fox, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Donovan Mitchell, and Norman Powell.
Jalen Brown, Brandon Ingram, Donovan
Right,
Mitchell,
right.
and De'Aaron Fox
Yeah.
could have easily been on the other team. I'm not
Yeah.
saying they don't belong here. I'm just saying this was not an old guy, young guy thing.
But I'm saying, technically speaking, it is, meaning they're all like 27 at least.
Yeah, but
28.
there's okay,
No?
sure. Is Jalen Brunson 27?
I think at least.
He feels young to me.
No. It'd be nice if he was.
It would be nice.
Um, Hold on a second, I'll tell you.
I
Jalen
got it.
Brunson
He's
is
29.
yeah.
Wow, he's old.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else to say about the All-Star game?
Um, yeah, I had one more note, which was,
Give the note.
do you think that Kawhi Leonard is taking the season personally? Do you think that he's allowing himself to take this as like the Raptors year that he had? Because
I think Kawhi Leonard always just plays his best. And he's just very injury prone.
I feel like in previous years though, he wasn't taking like the All-Star game this
I think he
seriously.
was hurt.
Okay.
All-Star game maybe, but also it's different because usually you see the person who's at home tries to win MVP. That's like a common thing we've seen. So I
Right.
don't know if I want to say that about this season, but like typically, like Kawhi was trying to win MVP. That's for sure. But I think that's just like that often happens with the home crowd.
I hear
But it
it.
would have been so funny if Kawhi won MVP in the Intuit Dome, Adam Silver presenting, and then like tomorrow he's like, "Oh, and you're suspended for the year."
Listen, it might happen. We'll see.
I know that's
Only
probably
time
really
will
funny.
tell.
That was the daily basketball recap in 15 minutes. I want to thank you, Levy, for co-hosting, for producing. I want to thank you, Max, for writing in the group today, asking what we were talking about. I want to thank you, everyone, for giving your comments. We have a couple days off now from all the players have off. So we'd like to keep potting, but we need some content to pot about. So send us your questions. Mailbag.
Evan,
NBA Daily Evan, sure. NBA Daily Recap info at gmail.com or comments or text me or Levy, call us. We would love your questions. Levy, embarrassing question. Did we get a single question?
not one.
Not
Not a
one.
one.
That's crazy. Okay. So come on, guys. All right.